Hi, everyone. My name is Jason Sansucci, and I am the co-founder and program director here at NDWorks. Today, I'm going to talk to you about our ETPL-approved training program for commercial drone operator Analyst. Quick overview of our program. We have two different portions. The first portions, both are listed on the ETPL. The first is our pre-apprenticeship program. You can see the ETPL ID. It is a $1,200 training program. It's fully online. It's 20 hours. Comprehensive training. It does prepare the student for the FAA Part 107 Remote Pilot Certificate exam. It also teaches, I believe, elevating the industry includes understanding why drones are flying in the first place, and that's to capture data. So we cover the basics of geographic information systems, remote sensing, and analytics in a number of different industries. We'll talk about those as well. This is the mandatory first step to qualify a student for our U.S. Department of Labor approved registered apprenticeship program, which I'll talk about at the next slide. That exam, which is administered by a live proctor usually at an FAA site, is $175. It's a 60-question multiple choice test that our program will fully prepare the student for in this 20-hour program. Our program is ages 15 and up, because you can get your FAA Part 107 Remote Pilot Certificate at 16. Most employers won't hire until 18, so that gives them a few years to work on their programs, but we go all the way up. There's no age restriction to this. The only requirements from the FAA are that you're at least 16 years old, you have to be able to read, write, speak, and understand English, and you have to be in a physical and mental state to operate a drone. Now, that last one is a very fuzzy gray area, but essentially, you got to be able to have the ability to, say you're having a bad day, probably not a good day to fly your drone. You're feeling really sick, or you're using medication, or you're under influence of alcohol. All of those things you're probably not in a good condition to fly a drone. So it's definitely a self-check. So I just wanted to kind of lay it out there. Those are the only three requirements. So anything else, any handicap, disabilities, all of that, absolutely available for our program. It's a short duration, right? It's only 20 total hours for our program. It's an online, 100% online format, so it's accessible from anywhere. And it actually leads to green career pathways, which we'll talk about here in just a little bit. And there's no prior experience required. We treat this like a trade school, like a 20-hour trade school, where you're learning a valuable skill leading to a green career. You don't need to have you don't need a driver's license. You don't need a high school diploma. You definitely don't need a college degree. So you just need the certification, and you can legally start making money with your drone. And practical skills for immediate application. A lot of questions that we get, do I need a drone to do this? No, you do not. Most employers will provide the drone, and to take the test, it's a computer-based multiple choice test. No drone required. For the training program, or we'll talk about the apprenticeship, no need to go out and buy a drone. The curriculum breakdown for the pre-apprenticeship program. We start with a basic introduction, then we kind of talk about the foundations of commercial drone operations. Its history, its present, its future, career opportunities, training requirements, all of these things, and we kind of talk about what the industry is up to today and why you should be excited about it, or why students should be excited about it. We move on to a day in the life of a drone operator. We partnered with Be More Colorful, which is an organization based out of North Dakota, to create a 360 video, completely immersive, virtual reality immersive or web-enabled immersive job shadowing experience. So we followed a complete job. This particular job was a commercial roof thermal analysis job at the University of Wyoming. We took our students and we flew all 65 campus buildings up in Laramie. We flew it in the daytime, we flew it at night. We were looking for potential moisture intrusion on their commercial roofs, and we were able to deliver a full analytical report for every single building on campus, and we brought our students along. So we recorded that experience from talking about the mission, planning the mission, scouting it, performing it, doing the analysis, and delivering, all in this 30-minute experience. So we bring the job to the student. The next one is the FAA Part 107 prep course. This is the meat of the program. It takes about 12 hours to go through. You learn all about the regulations, about airspace management, sectional charts, weather. There's a lot of things that get broken down into this course to prepare you for that 60-question multiple choice test. And then we go one step further and we talk about sort of some GIS and remote sensing fundamentals, because I believe that drones are being flown for a specific reason, and that's to capture data. Now that data is going to live in a geographic information system, and it is a remote sensed data, like satellites or crewed aircraft or on the ground or just using your phone. All of that can be remote sensing data. We talk about all the different modalities of data. We talk about thermal, we talk about LiDAR, we talk about just regular visual data, multispectral data, hyperspectral data. We kind of prepare the student to understand what they could possibly be doing with the data. So that's our current curriculum. It's all online in our award-winning LMS, and it's available, like I said, it's the $1,200 cost that gets them completely prepared for, I believe, a beginning entry-level job in the industry. Some of the career pathways that we're excited about are remote pilot in command. Now that is a drone operator. The FAA calls them remote pilots in command. That's someone that's responsible for the overall mission, health, safety of everyone involved in the mission. Now, all of these are green occupations listed by ONET, and you could probably make anywhere at the beginning $50,000, $60,000 a year, well over six figures. This one's a very popular and growing career field. Also, because of the analytical approach that we use, we talk about just basic GIS. I believe our program could prepare you for a GIS technician role, also a green occupation, or a remote sensing technician or analyst role, or at least prepare you for what that could look like in the future for future education. Or working with others, I know they're now calling them robotics technologists. So that's another potential role that's an ONET code that is very well paid, and it's a green occupation. And most of these have bright national outlooks. They're emerging, they're exciting, they're expanding, and they're growing. Some of the industries that we talk about and serve within those career pathways: renewable energy. For green energy, this is huge. Solar and wind farms use drones all the time, all over the world, to do pre-construction, construction, commissioning, operation, maintenance, decommissioning. All of those things use drones for inspection and monitoring. Construction, same. The entire process is monitored and documented with a drone now. Electric utilities. You won't find an electric utility probably around the world that is not today using drones for their inspections and their monitoring programs, especially wildfire mitigation programs. Telecom, Ericsson, AT&T, Verizon, all of the big players, they're all using drones to inspect their towers. So there's a lot of anything that's dull, dirty, dangerous, remote. Drones are being used for these at a very large scale, and we're just at the beginning. The next, oil and gas, inspecting well pads, even using ground penetrating radar to inspect what's underneath the ground. There's so many different technologies out there that are available that are flown on a drone today because of miniaturization and just technology evolution, that drones are now a big part of the game. Public safety, you will not be able to find a police office or a sheriff's department or emergency services organization, fire department that is not using drones today. They're all using them. Even drones in docks and beyond visual line of sight. There's a lot of applications in the public safety space. Agriculture, not just seed and chemical companies doing research, but actual production farmers, consultants, agronomists. They're all using drones for not just scouting fields and looking for damage and pests and things like that and pressures on the field, but also for precision spraying. Drones are now being used at scale to do precision spraying that is basically reducing the footprint of the spray of injuring anything else and just staying exactly where it needs to be. So there's so many different industries that are served. This is just a small list. There's literally probably not an industry on the planet today that is not using drones. So let's talk about our second program. Our second program is our U.S. Department of Labor approved apprenticeship program, registered apprenticeship program. We are also on the ETPL. It's a $5,000 structured program, a year long, 2,000 hours, with 150 hours of stackable certification training and related instruction through NDWorks. We're the sponsor of the program, but we're also the related instructional provider. It addresses lots of different skills. It's a year-long program. Our work process is solid, and we're currently recruiting not just students and apprentice candidates, but also employers. So what are the next steps? We'd like to work through CDLE to refer candidates to us. They can sign up on our website, NDWorks.org. We would get an approval, essentially, like for WOIA funding, get an approval so we can get at least the pre-apprenticeship paid for. And then when we enroll, the same day they enroll and we receive the funds, we put them into the program, into our learning management system, and they're off to the races. You can see our contact information. Please don't hesitate to reach out. We are a 501c3 nonprofit located right here in Commerce City, Colorado. And you can see our contact information here. We look forward to hearing from you. And this is going to be a very exciting program. So thank you so much for your time. Bye now.